Yeah, so this is the right channel. I accidentally started the stream on my channel on YouTube. A few minutes took me to realize it, but there we go. This week, as you can see, we are in Belgium for round 5 of HOR in T1, of course. Like always, short quali and 22 laps. The least amount of laps in the whole calendar, since Belgium is the longest track by far. But last race in Spain, Charldinho took his first win since season 4. Visible finishing P2 and Vampi in P3. Then Trent, TLW, Drilla, Pole, Alemine, Calypsy, and Chimp rounds of the top 10. Chimp for finishing P10 means that Ferrari have got their first points of the season. And then it's Chesney, Alex, Taffy, Froggle, Chesney, Riz, Constella. And then it's Wave and Yengaboy who have DNF'd from the Grand Prix. To be fair, this is the race with the least amount of DNFs in a race. I'm talking about Spain, because in all the races we've had like 5 at least, but then Spain we only had 2 DNFs, so that's pretty impressive. To be fair, so yeah, in the driver's standings, Visilbor has extended his championship lead from 15 points to 17 points over Vampi. Little gain, but still, it's going to be important for the championship. Vampi in second with 63 points, Visilbor in first with 80. Then Eclipsy, who didn't have a great race in Spain, still keeps his P3. But, well, not really just. It's Eclipsy with 48 points, Pole in fourth with 32 points, jumping in front of Sonical and Yingaboy. Yep. Trent has jumped up to 5th as well. 30 points equal with Sir Nikolai. For some... yeah, because both of them have the same... Yeah. Hello, Pickle. And then Yingaboy down in 7th after his horrible race in Spain as well. That he was out of the Grand Prix. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that he's racing with no practice. Drilla in 8th with 26. Charldinho jumps up a long way, 13 places up. In 9th, 25 points. And then it's Alex in 10th with 14 points. In the constructors, it's looking pretty similar in terms of the standings, like sort of how it goes. At least the top 3 is pretty similar in terms of teams. It's VCarb in first, 89 points. Haas second with 69 points. Nice. McLaren third with 62 points. Williams fourth with 54. Red Bull 5th with 52. Mercedes 6th with 40. Alpine 7th with 33. Aston Martin 8th with 30. Jumping Sauber. Now they have doubled the amount of points of Sauber. Sauber 15 points. And Ferrari last, like always, but with a point, at least with a point. At the moment. 18 drivers. Ferrari have got 2 drivers at least, so that's pretty nice. Oh my goodness me, everyone is coming out of the pits right now. There's so many people out there on track. Didn't look that closely into, or at least I don't remember the weather, what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be overcast. But at the rate how people have went out of the pits, maybe, just maybe there could be something, but maybe I'm just yapping about something. So Nikolai out there on track on the mediums, interestingly. As well, Ricky has decided to leave Red Bull after, well, he got a spot for in the Creator Series. He decided to leave the full-time seat for someone, and that someone is Alemine, who has joined Red Bull. Consola reserving for Alpine. Then Fresha has as well joined Ferrari, but I think that was already previously. Tafia started his lap. Trent reserving for Red Bull. There's plenty of reserves today. Sir Nikolai for Kicksauber, Laurie for Haas, and I think that's it. Alex has retired from the race, from quali. There could be something that I'm not aware of. I don't know. I'm so unaware of things, at least for now, in here. Let's just go with Taffy. What's his first sector? 31.249 through the first sector. It's decent, at least what I think. Let me just remind myself what has happened. Anyone had? Oh yeah, Alex had a quali ban. Yeah, so that's why Alex has retired. He had a quali ban, or he has a quali ban, and now he has served it. So he should be lost unless unless one of the Alpines are gonna absolutely bin it, or I don't know. Taffy second sector, 1 minute 14.615. Of course, behind there are loads of drivers on the laps, invalidated ones, valid ones. There's one Sauber causing yellows. That's Sir Nikolai. That's the only Sauber, and as well. There is only one Aston Martin. Charldinho is missing. As right now, Taffy is gonna cross the line first with 42.583, but Clipsy beats that time by 2/10, 42.378, and then behind one of the horses is that gonna be Vampy. Yes, that is 42.08 for Chesney. Goes at the moment last, 42.940. Yengerboy fourth, 42.575. Trent second, 42.161. Visible beats Vampy's time by almost 3.5 tenths, 41.747 by Visible, the championship leader. Then Alemine at the one goes fastest by far. That's almost 8 tenths to Chesney Riz. Drilla goes P9, 42.959. Then one of the Ferraris, that Chimp, has started his lap. Then Consola is about to start his lap as well. Laurie, no, he is invalidated. TLW, he is invalidated as well. And yeah, and then that's looking like that. 10 drivers have set their times. There's still 8 others to do their times. Let's go with Chimp, who is not invalidated yet. Consola as well has not invalidated yet. Let's try and see what's his first sector gonna be. Of course, the first sector is really only one corner. Oh, that's okay. That's you, I guess. Consola's first sector, 31.169. So the first sector is about Taffy's region. Somewhere around that. Now you're not gonna start last. You're gonna start second to last, if something, since Alex has a quali ban. Chimp through the second sector. What's his second sector gonna be? At 14.724. How much ERS does he have? He still has good amount of ERS, but the deployment per lap he has quite slow, going on the grass. Just for a good measure, I guess. Consola still on a lap. Second sector, not. He's gonna bit wide. He's still not invalidate the lap, but it is gonna be a not that good of a one. Chimp, it goes 10th, 43.191. Consola through Blanchimont. And now into the bus stop chicane. No ERS left for the lap. It's slidey. And having to deal with less power, a lot less power. And Consola goes 11th, 43.5. 3.7 by Consola. His teammate Chesney is now gonna start his lap. But do they have the same numbers? 95, I believe. So, yeah, 95. Consola has 95. So both of them have the same numbers. Is anyone on a lap? Paul at the moment is looking like he's on a lap. 17,000 up on his time through the first sector. Youngaboy not on a flying lap since he is invalidated. Paul, let's see his second sector. If he's improving, yes, he is by almost 1.5 tenths through the second sector. Chesney is not on a lap. Chimp, of course, is not on a lap. So let's see with Paul. Can he improve the lap? Does he still have ERS? Yes, he does. He still has that lap ERS per lap usage through the bus stop chicane. And on the exit, a bit slidey on the exit. That you don't want to do that, but Paul loses the time there and stays with that 42.5 for 1 in 5th. And so, yeah, that's the time gone. Consola has spun on the just going into Stavolo. Broken front wing, not fully, but almost fully broken. Vumpy out there on track. Of course, trying to do a lap. Chesney as well has a broken front wing. Them Frenchies like to break their front wings, and quite badly actually. Yeah. Fresh through Blanchimont, 42.4 to 7 through the second sector. So it's about half a second behind Pole, but of course there's this third sector. How much ERS does he have? Not so much. He doesn't have that much ERS. Well, it's gonna almost run out the per lap ERS through bus stop chicane and into the finish line. Fresh P8 42.882 by the Ferrari. Decent lap, at least in the top 10, at least for now. A lot of drivers out there on their laps. Vumpy already 2 tenths faster through the first sector. He's already trying to cook on his second lap, trying to take that provisional pole position from his championship rival Visibor, and is as well championship rival from 2 seasons ago, or his teammate 2 seasons ago. Trent as well on lap. Clipsy through the first sector. Is he going to improve? Yes, he is. No, he isn't actually by 26 thousandths. He is down his time by that. Taffy 2 tenths up on his time. So Alemine is going to try and improve on his time. But let's look at Vumpy through the second sector into the second sector split. 4 tenths up on his time through the second sector. He's cooking. He is cooking. What's the gap between Visibor and Vumpy? It is 3.5 tenths. So at the moment, if that gap is going to stay how it was, 4 tenths, he's going to take provisional pole position by just around 600. A bit slidey into the bus stop chicane on the exit of it. And isn't slidey. Can he take that provisional pole position from Visibor? Yes, he can by over a tenth. 41.6 to 5 by Vumpy. Fastest time of this qualifying, and takes the provisional pole position from his championship rival at the moment. Trent is on his lap, the same with Taffy. Taffy goes third, 41.156, but Trent goes P2, 41.666, in front of Visibor as well. The 2 V-Carbs are cooking as well, because they're in third and fourth. So at the moment, for the constructors, it will be looking very nicely. Then, there's quite a lot of people on that. Let's just go with Fresh, but Fresh is not on a lap. Alemine went into the pits. Laurie has started his lap. TLW has as well started his lap. Let's see TLW's first sector is improving on it or not. No, he isn't by a tenth down his time, and he is invalidated through Lacombe. And almost went into the barriers. Younger boy, is he gonna improve on his first sector? Yes, he is by 56 thousandths up on his time through the second sector. Who would be the furthest one to be on a lap? Trilla has invalidated. Shizner is on his lap, technically. Yeah, he is on his lap, actually. Into the bus stop chicane. He doesn't have the ERS deployment anymore. Now he's just going to rely on his ICE. And does he improve? Yes, he does. And impressively, up to P4, 42.038 by Chesney Reyes. This is a phenomenal lap by his standards. Usually he's like down the order with his brother, of course, not in P18, but P13, 14, 15, around there. But P4 at the moment by Reyes. Beautiful lap by him from his standards. And at the moment he's in P4 in front of his own teammate as well. Champ going into the finish line and goes in front of Fresh, his teammate, 42.647. Yenga Boy goes up to P6, 42.192. The championship contender last season, having a bit of a rough time. The same with Chimp, but at the moment, well, Yenga Boy is not having the best of times compared to season 7, but still better than Chimp. Chimp at the moment only 1 point compared to Yenga Boy, who has had 26 points in this season so far. Down behind, Costello is on his out lap. Paul is on his flying lap, it seems. Chesney is, of course, not on a flying lap, so I guess Paul is the first one to be on a flying lap. He's still got half the track to go. Let's just go with on-board order. To be fair, he doesn't have that much fuel in the tank. Let's see if he's improving to the second sector, and of course, how close is he to his time. He's up on his time by 1.5 tenths. He is improving on his time. He has to watch out from with his ERS per lap deployment. Of course, there's the actual ERS, but then the ERS per lap as well. And make sure that you don't slide into the... he's gone into the pit. So that was lovely. Chimp, does he have fuel to start? No, he doesn't. He's gonna go into the pit. So if he's starting another lap on the... What the fuck? That's the wrong part of the track, my friends. The bus stop is like in the other part of the track, not here, lads. What the what is going on? They have to now watch out soon from Trent, although he's on an out lap. But what? Yeah, to be fair, it was kind of like we were watching Chimp going with his lap, and then all of a sudden we are just stopped in the middle of the track with Clipsy and Fresh. It was a bit of a weird one there. No one on a flying lap at the moment. Soon there is going to be Trent and Clipsy. Of course, there's a bit of slipstreaming as well on this track. You want to take the slipstream, especially like Clipsy and Trent. Trent seems to have a way better lap than Clipsy, and so Clipsy wants to take that slipstream from Trent on the opening part of the lap. 2 minutes to go now, and so we will see the final laps of the drivers at the moment. Let's go with Trent, since he's the furthest one to be on a flying lap. The air is open, of course. And then first sector, what's it gonna be? 20 thousandths down on his time through the first sector. Not really the thing that you wanna see if you wanna improve your lap or not. Yengaboy is gonna have a bit of a... Well, these 3-4 drivers, maybe, if that's Fresh behind them, or that's Chimp. Now that... Oi! I was gonna talk about Fresh, but Fresh has crashed out dramatically on the exit of turn 8, I believe that is. Turn 7. Sorry, turn 7. Fresh is out of qualifying, just like that. Let's go with Trent, who is gone off track, and he's even more down on his time, and he's gonna suffer all the way down to the bus stop chicane, unless he's gonna cut the whole chicane. He's not gaining time, or unless he made a mistake earlier on there. But at the moment, it looks like he's not going to improve on his time. There's as well a Williams a bit distracting him in front. And Trent is not going to improve on his time. Clipsy does improve on his time, but stays 7th with a 42.305. Chip is starting his lap. And then Paul, Alemine, and Yingaboy are starting their flying laps. Is Vampy. Vampy is up on his time by 2/10 through the second sector. Where's Visilbor? Visilbor is up on his time by 12 thousandths through the first sector. He's still not... he's just in the second sector. Vampy a bit wide in the bus stop. That's maybe going to cost him some time, but crossing the line, and he's going to improve on his time. 41.440 extends the gap to Trent by over 2/10, and by Visilbor to 3/10. But Visilbor is 3.5 faster to his previous time, so Visilbor could take the pole position, provisional pole position in here in Belgium, in Spa-Francorchamps. Just get a good exit out of this corner. Is he going to take provisional pole position? Yes, he does. 41.350 by Visilbor. He goes provisional pole position. Trent, he's not on a lap. Chesney is not improving. Is there anyone else? Chesney, next one to cross the line. And he's going to try and set a time, and he does. 11th for 42.705. Haas goes into the pits. That's Laurie. Then Chesney Riz, next one to cross the line. Can he improve on his time? No, he can't, but stays 4th. Good result anyway. Taffy goes 4th. 41.860. Then Drilla. No, that was actually Konsala going up to P11, 42.610. But COW goes Drilla goes up to P9, 42.462. Chimp goes 10th, 497. Paul goes up to P7, 42.276. Yingaboy stays in P6. Is there anyone else? No, there isn't. There is no one else. And so it is Visilbor, fastest of them all. The 3 Italians dominating this season, it seems. Visilbor, Vampy, and Trent. Visilbor on pole position here in Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium, in front of some championship rival Vampy, taking that one pole position point away from Vampy. And so the gap extends to 18 points, if I remember right, that there's a pole position point. I've never actually remember that. I never remember it. There it is. Yes, there is that one pole position point that I always forget. Vampy P2, Trent P3, Taffy P4, Chesney Riz surprising P5. Chesney Riz in P5. He has cooked in this qualifying. Usually he is like just outside of the top 10, but he's well within that top 10, in the top 5 even, surprisingly. Yingaboy in P6, Paul P7, TLW P8, Clipsy P9, Drilla rounds out the top 10, and then it's Clipsy, Constela, Chesney, Fresh, Alemine, Laurie, Sir Nikolai, and Alex rounds off the whole grid with a quali-ban. And then into the race itself. Let's see how it's gonna go. Hopefully there isn't gonna be that much chaos in the first corner like in Tier 2. because what I saw on lap 1 was mad. Was mad. There was like 6 cars going off track. I think. Probably. Maybe 5. Depends. Still. It was mad what I saw. Absolute mad. Absolute madness. And now we just wait for the drivers to ready up, and then we'll see the 5 red lights. I am betting that Visibor is gonna win the race. What's the bet? I don't know. My Coke. I don't know. We're just gonna wait to wait no longer, because 3, 4, 5 red lights, and the lights are out. And I go here in the Belgian Grand Prix. Forgot that my wheel does that. Visibor, horrible start! Horrible start by Visibor. He's still in P2. Vampy goes around the outside of Visibor, and he takes P1 after Visibor had a bad start. He had a bit of oversteer of the line. Taffy in P3. Beautiful start by Taffy, by V-Carbs a bit as well. Visibor tries to go through Vampy, through goes Visibor on the main straight. He's still side by side with Vampy though into turn number 5, and he overtakes Vampy into turn 5 and 6. What a move by Visibor around the outside, late braking. Vampy maybe as well just backed off. But what a move by Visibor to go up to P1. Meanwhile, in the back, Yangaboy over to P5, whilst Chesney Reyes has lost that 1 position to Yangaboy. One of the McLaren going wide. That's Clipsy going wide a bit. Plenty of drivers on the mediums, but as well plenty of drivers. 3 drivers on the hards. That's Consular going off track. That's Consular dropping down a lot. And he's down the order and down in the 18th. 3 drivers on the hards. That's Trent, Vampy, and Laurie. And then there's as well 3 on the softs. Fresh, Sir Nikolai, and Alemon. Sir Nikolai, who's already trying to overtake Chesney around the outside of Blanchimont. Can he do it? Yes, he can, but he's used all of his ERS, actually. He has absolutely no ERS, and we're just gonna start. Lap 2 goes wide. He might even lose his position immediately. The 2 Ferraris as well fight. Fresh and Chip, and that's Alemine spinning on the exit of the bus stop chicane, and he's gonna lose plenty of places. Alex is trying to overtake Chesney as well into La Source, and he does it nicely. Up to P14. Let's go to the top of Rouge and Radion, I guess, to see the top of the field. Taffy, is he gonna try to overtake Vampy? Yes, he does. Could he go for that 1 and 2 from the V-Corps? Vampy blocked by the 2 V-Corps. Taffy goes for the double overtake, overtaking his teammate and the championship leader Visibor. And Taffy surprisingly takes the race lead from his teammate Visibor. You could say that this wasn't planned, but honestly, for V-Corps, this is absolutely cooked by them. 1 and 2 here in Belgium. This is absolutely perfect for them in terms of the constructors. Of course, then the best would have been that Visibor would be in P1 and Taffy in P2 in terms of the Drivers' Championship as well, because that would increase the gap from 3 points between Visibor and Vampy. Yellow's behind. That's Clipsy dropping down. He has broken front wing as well. He's dropped down massively, and Sir Nicholas as well dropped a lot, and he has been spun probably by Alex since he was off track. So early drama on lap 2. Sir Nikolai down in last. Calypsy down in 16th with broken front wing. Alex probably was in the mix of the contact with Sir Nikolai, or probably in the mix why Sir Nikolai was spun as Calypsy goes into the pit. Yet another race that is not going well. Taffy. Sir Nikolai spinning in the pits. He might as well. Yeah, he's going to retire. That was an early retirement by Sir Nikolai. And now, Visibor. Is he going to overtake his teammate Taffy? He might have to look behind because Vampy is trying to go for it. for an overtake for the race lead as well, but he can't do it. Visible up into the race lead. Vampy P2 and Taffy in P3. This is a bit that, well, this is still good because the gap from Visible to Vampy increases from 3 points to 7 points. So instead of 17, 18 now probably with the pole position, it would increase from 18 to 25 points. So a full race win between Visible and Vampy, because Visible, the champion of Season 6, is fighting with Vampy, his previous teammate and as well championship contender of Season 6. But of course Vampy on those hards is just gonna try and stay with Visible as long as possible. He's just gonna to stay there. But from the top 3, he has the least amounts of ERS out of anyone. He has only 35%. Visible has almost 100% of ERS. Taffy has quite high as well of 60%. Now he has used up a little bit. Fast lap by Visible 45.450. But yeah, Vampy has the least amount of ERS by far from the top 3. And there's one of the fries that's fresh spun in La Source. Is that, no, that's Chimp who spun fresh. The two teammates from Ferrari fighting and going a bit too far in terms of the fighting. In front of Vampy is gonna take the race lead, and Taffy as well overtakes Visible going into turn 5. So all of a sudden complete U-turn in the championship, in terms of the championship. From 7 points gained by Visible, it's gonna be actually 9 points lost by Visible, and it would have been 8 points gained by Visible. Actually 9 points gained, because Visible has a fast lap, so it's actually not gonna be 10 points lost. It's gonna be 8 points lost because he has the pole position point as well. Trent behind, trying to stay with P3. At the moment it is Visible, but it is changing lap by lap by lap at the moment. Could we see the double overtake by the V-Carbs on Vampy? I mean, the DRS is so powerful. Almost the whole top 10 is within the DRS. Only Chimp is outside of that. Laurie is getting overtaken by Alex in the back. Is he getting overtaken? Yes, he is fully overtaken. Taffy takes the lead of the Grand Prix. Vampy wants that DRS, playing a bit of DRS chicken in here early on, surprisingly. But yeah, early on, DRS chicken already, and he's almost getting overtaken by Taffy's teammate Visible, and Visible makes a good overtake into a Rouge before Radion, and now Visible is gonna try and overtake Taffy. Taffy is flashing a lot, and Vampy, can he make that overtake on Taffy? Can he do it? Taffy's still on the outside. He's been pushed off by Vampy, and Vampy is in P2. Vampy was a bit forced off by Vampy, was forced to go off track, but nothing too serious has happened. Taffy in P3 and Vampy still in P2 with no damage whatsoever. Not even contact. Well, there was a bit of contact, but not anywhere near close to being like race affecting, really. Maybe just mindset affecting. I don't know if you're Lando Norton, maybe. Don't take it too seriously. I'm just having fun. But yeah, Taffy is closing a bit on Vampy. Vampy still has the same amount of ERS as he had previous laps ago, but Taffy has a lot less. Visible still has that 90%, roughly around that 90%. Vampy going wide into the boss up chicane, completely missing his braking point, is outside of the 1 second zone on Visible. This is absolutely thrown away his chances of trying to keep up with Visible. That DRS was essential for keeping up. And now without the DRS, he could get overtaken by Taffy and maybe even by Trent. Trent could have a go on overtaking Vampy. He is almost 5/10 behind Vampy. If he's just gonna use a lot of his own ERS, he can overtake him. Taffy already in front. Trent, he didn't even need to use the ERS. He completely ignored the ERS and he still overtook Vampy. Vampy, with that mistake, has costed himself P2, fighting for P1, and now he's dropped to P4 just because of that one mistake that caused him to lose at the DRS. And now he is in this fight in the pack. Now, is Visible gonna try and give the DRS to Taffy, or is Taffy gonna catch up to Visible? This is gonna be the question. The gap is 1.2 seconds between the two V-carbs. We could maybe see. I mean, I don't think Visible is gonna slow down for Taffy to give that DRS. Taffy himself is doing a very good job at the moment, but we'll see. I mean, Visible has plenty of DRS. Okay, to be fair, not as much as he had previously, but still that 50%, and he's not giving the DRS to Taffy. He's not giving that DRS to Taffy. He's trying to stay in the lead as long as possible. Taffy as well is a bit increasing that gap, although it's increased for a little bit, and now it does actually decrease to 1.4 seconds. Now, Trent, close behind Taffy, very close behind Taffy. If 4 to 3 tenths, 4 tenths behind Taffy, that should be an easy enough for an overtake. Fresh as well, 10 seconds for spinning in pits and retirement as well. Trent, easy overtake on Taffy, is on the way. There it is. Taffy drops down to P3. Is he gonna have to overtake it by Vampy? No, he doesn't. Vampy still staying in 4th. Trent going a bit wide actually into Lacombe. Turns 4, 5, 6, and 7. And actually the gap to Visible has actually increased to 1.6 seconds. Normally it would just decrease because Trent has gained a lot on the straight with that DRS. But actually it has decreased because of that mistake of going wide. And the Red Bull family in the top 3 now. Actually it has been for like since the previous lap, but I completely missed it. But yeah, anyways, one Red Bull missing. That's Alemine down in 15th, just in 15th. He should be 5th, but well, depends on his pace. But for the Red Bull family, he should be 4th. But yeah, he's down in 15th. The gap between Trent and Visible is 2 seconds. So for Visible, this is looking nicely and even more nicely at the moment. Of course, Trent is on the hard, so as of right now, still he's going to be a bit down on the pace. People already pitting. There's TLW in the pits, Consular and Shimp in the pits. The first pitters, or the real people going into the pits for their well, for the pits, change of pits. Chimp is staying in the pits. Did you have a penalty that I missed? I probably missed a penalty. Oh yeah, a bit I forgot. I mean, I said it, but I forgot. Taffy still behind Trent. Trent has gained a bit on Visible, but he still doesn't have the DRS. Vampy's right behind Taffy as of right now, but into P1 it's not really recommended to go for an overtake. I can't lie. Laurie close behind Chesney. Chesney a bit wide through P1. Is Laurie gonna think about it? Into these corners. He's fakes it a little bit. Goes into Chesney. Just rams him. And just like that, he's up to P10. That was a bit interesting way of just making going just pushing your own opponent a bit to the side and Going in front, Vampy's trying to overtake Taffy into the bus stop. She get a bit of contact. Vampy going a bit wide. Behind as well, there's a bit of contact. Two drivers going into the pits. That's Paul and Drilla going into the pits, and as well as Alex is going into the pits. But yeah, Trent still leading this pack. The gap is raising to 2.5 seconds between Trent and Visible, but that's our least of worries since Taffy can go for the overtake for P2 on Trent. Trent has pretty similar amount of ERS as Taffy. I don't think Trent is gonna try and fight Taffy for that P2. I think he's gonna try to defend that P3 from Vampy, but Vampy has such an amazing overspeed. He's down inside into turn 5. Trent just leaves enough space, and Vampy's going through turn 7 as well in front of Taffy. Taffy just leaving the door wide open, and Vampy somehow he has pulled a double overtake on Trent and Taffy. Trent in turn 5 and just getting a massive amount of overspeed on Taffy into turn 7 that he overtook him nicely and easily. Silver to chimp. To samo. Nie wiem czemu to tak się dzieje. EA. Anyways. Yeah, but the gap to Visible and now Vampy has increased to 3 seconds. So, and as well with Visible on the mediums, he can go for the undercuts, which he is going into the pits now on lap 9 out of 22. He's going to it. Vampy going into the pits early on as well, interestingly, trying to minimize the undercut, but that's gonna be a bit long on them hearts. Yellows in second sector, that's Alamine spinning. Ja go nie znam. Trent going for the lead of the Grand Prix in front of Taffy. As them two in front, Visible and Vampy went into the pits. Vampy onto the mediums, of course. Visible in the net race lead, of course, as well. Should we just stop the race now because Chesney is in P4? Actually, the two Chesneys are in 4th and 5th. Yeah. And then someone bin it. Supposed to go. Someone binned it. No, no one binned it. Yeah, Vampy is gonna be catching up on Visible a bit. Of course, he is on the mediums compared to Visible, who is on the hards, but the gap is 3 seconds between himself and Visible. That was the gap as well when both of them pitted. Roughly about the same. Yeah, roughly about the same. Now in front, people are going to be pitting probably. Trent, nope. Trent, no. Taffy is in, but cuts the pit entry line. That could be 5 seconds to Taffy. That could be 5 seconds to Taffy. That could be 5 seconds to Taffy. TLW getting at 3 seconds. Taffy onto the hards, of course. Let's see what's the gap between Visible and Vampy soon. Drilla, new fast lap, 45.321 by Drilla, surprising fast lap. Meanwhile in front, Yengaboy doesn't have the DRS on Trent. Chesney has the DRS on Yengaboy just about. Laurie is going to have the DRS on Chesney Race. The gap between Visible and Vampy is 3.3 seconds. So actually the gap is increasing. Alamine fast lap, 45.258. Meanwhile behind, Taffy is getting overtaken by Drilla and as well by Paul. He just pitted and now he's getting, well, he got undercutted by Drilla and Paul. Just like that. And he's going to have to overtake them somehow on track, because they have pitted 2 laps earlier. And so, yeah, he's gonna have to try and overtake them somehow, one way or the other. You can just punt them off. That's one way of overtaking. There's gonna be consequences of it, but you know, you could just punt them off. Maybe cause a cheeky safety car, and then after that just punting everyone off track. In front though, Laurie has overtaken Chesney Riz, clips in 3 seconds. Trent going into the pits. Yingaboy is still staying out. Chesney Riz as well staying out on the mediums, surprisingly. Both of them staying out on the mediums. Trent into the pits onto the medium tire. These two could be going for softs actually. If things are going to be going like this, then they could be thinking about softs. Softs run out pretty easily though in here, so yeah. Visible running into Chesney Riz and Laurie, but this is going to be a very good way of running into them, since he already got Chesney in La Source, and now he's going to be having an easy overtake on Laurie on this massive straight. Should be an easy overtake, although he's a bit struggling with the overtake. He doesn't have amount of VRS, but he's trying to go around the outside. What a move, since he is gonna get maybe overtaken by Chesney back. There's a bit of contact between Laurie and Visible. This is all lovely for Vampy. Laurie is doing the teammate work, what the teammates are supposed to do, and he's doing it on the top-notch level. Visibor somehow couldn't overtake Laurie, and Laurie is slowing down Visibor a lot. He's slowing down Visibor a lot. He's defending in every single place, which of course makes him slower, and is all going just naturally slower, since, well, he's a slower driver, but as well he has slower tires now. And there it is, Vampy is there in the background, but now Visibor should have an easy overtake on Laurie. But Laurie has a lot more ERS. There's a bit of contact between them, and Laurie's actually going to get back at him into Blanchimont. Laurie is defending for his life on a Visibor. Visibor isn't going to send it. No, he isn't. Vampy is in front of Chesney, so Vampy is right behind Visibor, who just goes through of Laurie, but now he's going to suffer unless Laurie's going to send it and overtake him. No, he isn't. Bit slowing down Vampy actually. Laurie letting through his teammate through. Of course, a bit slowing down there, but which is most important part is that Vampy is within the DRS reach of Visibor. Visibor doesn't have ERS. Vampy doesn't have ERS. And honestly, they don't need. Vampy doesn't really need it. That was a bit close from Laurie there on Chesney. A bit of moving on the braking there. Paul in front of Taffy, in front of Trent. Trent on the mediums, trying to, of course, go through the traffic that he's occurring at the moment, like on a M25. I was trying to say. Yeah, he's just trying to go through the traffic. Laurie 3 seconds once again, I believe. Yeah, once again 3 seconds, so he has at the moment 6 seconds of penalties. Vampy right behind Visibor. He is on the better mediums at this stage of the race. He's on the better mediums, and so Vampy is gonna have the upper hand in terms of the grip. Let's see the top. Yengaboy and Chesney Riz. Yengaboy pitting. Chesney Riz pitting. A bit of sliding by Chesney Riz. Yengaboy, sorry. Yengaboy, they're gonna drop down from 1 and 2 to probably being down in 13th and 14th, since the gap is, since the grid is so goddamn close. They're gonna suffer a lot from this massive overcut. Well, from the massive overcut, the massive. They got massively undercutted. Although to be fair, they're just outside of that, so it's not that bad. They're on the brand new softs. Vampy on the main straight. Not La Source. Whatever. They come straight, maybe. I don't remember. Vampy down inside on Visibor. Visibor doesn't want to fight with him at the moment, and Vampy takes the lead of the Grand Prix. What he took from lap 1. On lap 1, he started to leading. He led the Grand Prix and probably laps after that, like 1 or 2. And there is this car park. There is this Sander driving. Paul goes wide like crazy to just let Laurie through. Paul is gonna lose 3 places just like that. 2 wide into Pouon, Taffy and Trent. What is going on in Pouon? What is going on in this pack? Why is this the M25 traffic in here? Taffy might get run off by Paul. Yes, he did. And Paul is in front of Taffy. Interestingly, in front of Taffy, Shakespeare Riz and Laurie are still leading this whole pack. Meanwhile, in front, Visible and Vampire are just left for a 1v1 in here. Build battle, I guess. Meanwhile, behind in here, what is going on? There's like half the grid. Drilla gets spun. There's the Chesney being spun as well. In the bus stop, Laurie goes into the pits. What has happened in there? From Chesney, could it be Laurie? Could be someone else. But anyways, Chesney got spun. And now onto the top guys. Visible, is he gonna try to re-overtake Vampy into turn number 5? Both of them have plenty of ERS. Neither of them are using ERS to defend or overtake. Visible are staying behind Vampy at the moment. Meanwhile, in here, Taffy is not overtaken, but Consola is overtaking TLW. Both of them have 3 seconds. So this is really just a battle between them. Yengaboy and Chesney Riz are as well in here. Of course, they have the brand new spanking softs. So they're going to try and cut through the field. Chesney Yengaboy saw the opportunity of overtaking Alex, but completely bottled that. They, of course, are on the brand new softs, so they should be... Well, their pace should be absolutely flying. They should be flying at the moment. But they're still in 10th and 11th. Ferrari's... let's go back into here, because this is a bit of a better place. Not as depressing as Ferrari. I should probably race for them, like 1 race to like get the points for them, at least few trying at least. Of course, depends what track, but I should try and get some few points for them. In the top, Vampy and Visible are still staying the same as of right now. There's a fuel, they are both fine with fuel. Trent, fastest lap, 44.326. He is going to be catching to Visible and Vampy at this pace. He is catching to them. Vampy is... Taffy, is he going to have the DRS on Trent? No, he doesn't. So Trent is going to be left alone for the fight on the top. Turbo joins the lobby now. Mate, you're a bit late. You're like an hour late. The qualifying started like an hour ago, mate. Drilla in front of Pole. He goes up to P5 in front of Pole, and behind there's 3 wide between one. There is Yengaboy and Shizriz and Alex going 3 wide into turn 5, and Alex still someone in front, although Yengaboy is gonna be on the inside of turn 8, and he is in front of Alex at the moment, and he is in front of him going into turn 9 as well. So Yengaboy in front of Alex, and he is up to P9. Of course, the 2 cars in front of him have 3-second penalties, so he is at the moment on of the penalties P7. Chesney Riz as well of the penalties. Well, pretty much Yengaboy, Alex and Chesney Riz of the penalties P7, P8 and P9, and then it will be Kostela and TLW at the moment as things stand. But of course, there's still few more laps to go. Clipsy getting a 3-second time penalty, but he's in P15, a bit further down in the grid. In the top, Visible and Vampy still just running away with it. Trent just cannot catch up to them, since these 2 are just DRS in each other, and well, Trent just cannot catch up to them really. Just even though he has two laps better tires. Yeah, he's just can't really do anything at the moment. Trent Visible is not trying to go for it. He's already thinking about last lap. Clips are getting a 10-second and probably retiring. Yes, there it is. Pole in front of Drilla. Yinger Boy in front of TLW, who is in front of as well Consular. Consular got double overtaken by TLW and Yinger Boy. Yinger Boy in P7. He's cooking at the moment. He's on track P7, and with those softs, he could easily catch up to Drilla and have a go for a P5 in this race at the moment. He could really have a go if those softs are gonna be quick enough, at least at this stage of the race, to try and catch up to Drilla for the DRS. Drilla doesn't have well, he has a bit less ERS, and he is advanced within that 1 second, but he's just about within that 1 second. He's gonna have to use his ERS, but Drilla as well uses ERS. Drilla, I guess he doesn't want his teammate to be in that DRS range, and at the moment it looks like he's not gonna have the DRS. No, Yinger Boy is not gonna have the DRS going into this stop rally on. Yeah, he's gonna have easily, unless he's bottled it here. No, he didn't. So he still has that DRS. Chesney Riz, who's in front of Alex now, he's gonna try and overtake TLW and Consular. He doesn't have that much. Well, he has a good amount of ERS. Meanwhile, in front, Visible has overtaken Vumpy for the race lead of the Grand Prix. So Visible in P1, Vumpy in P2. Meanwhile, behind Chesney Riz, overtaking Consular, and is he gonna get TLW? Yes, he does get TLW. And he goes up to P8 in front of TLW and Consular, doing the same what Yinger Boy did, almost losing it on the exit of turn 8 actually. Turn 7, sorry. And yeah, now he's gonna have to... he should have just kept that position, since, well, Drilla still had a chance of getting that DRS on pole, and that would have been very good for Yinger Boy. But since Paul has a DRS advantage, he's within the DRS range of Taffy. Paul could just run away from Yinger Boy at the moment. But the gap is still 1.2 seconds. Paul has a slipstream from Taffy. So Paul is gonna run away from Yinger Boy. Lap 19 out of 22 starts now with Visibor and Vumpy. Trent catching up actually. He's actually catching up to the cars in front, to Vumpy and Visibor, but is it gonna be enough laps for him? Is it gonna be enough laps for him? This is gonna be the big question mark in this race. Is Trent gonna have enough laps to catch up to these two? Vumpy, is he gonna go for the attack on Visibor? The answer is yes, and the answer is he's gonna get easily that position in front of Visibor. They're trying to do this DRS in so that they're gonna, the gap between themselves and Trent isn't gonna be that different. Chesney actually overtakes Drilla into turn 5. And so Chesney Riz, who I didn't believe he would catch up to Drilla in the first place, he actually caught up to him, although as well that was helped a bit by Yinger Boy, or by Drilla, who let Yinger Boy through. Yinger Boy is in the DRS range of Paul as well, so he is within the reach of trying to go for the fight for P4. He could genuinely go for that P4 in this race as well. Chesney Riz, I don't, he's having his season best race, the best race of the season, and probably his best race in T1 in a very long time. He's really had better races before I joined in, but so far this is one of his best races so far in his Tier 1 career that I saw.